Good morning and welcome to Strange Days, a show where people are invited to call in and share their experiences with the audience and the host. Our goal is to foster a sense of connection and understanding, allowing listeners to relate to the stories and feel less alone, promoting broader awareness of different perspectives, while the host is available to provide thoughtful feedback and support to each caller. My name is Mac. I'm your host, a disabled, neurodivergent, cisgendered gay man, playing through games, waiting for an audience to form exclusively on stream. If you want to call in or chat and need my attention, I have no problem pausing the game. But if you're here for the gameplay or the vibes, that's okay too. And without further delay, let's get into it. It's Wednesday, midweek. Let's talk about the wins to this week. So, it's a Wednesday. I had a screening interview this week. It's been a while since I've had an interview. I feel like it went really well. The interview went long, so I feel like that bodes well for me. And so I feel like that's a good sign. I'm kind of encouraged by it. Even though job listings are still a little hard to come by, but I'm encouraged. So I'm still looking, but it's a good sign. But I'm interested to hear what other people have going on. But until then, back on the ranch, digging around, trying to get these chickens back in their pens, because apparently there was an explosion that launched some chickens outside their pens. And I need to get these new slimes penned up, and this new veggie, the turbo tater, growing. Goodness, I need to get slimes reorganized because I definitely have slimes of with plorts of greater value now. So I feel like these rock slimes are a bit on the more obsolete side. So I'm probably going to put the hyper slimes in here. So let's see how they do. I don't know if they're going to be escape artists, given how volatile they are. Because they might be very, very escapey. Even though they have a toy, which should keep them a bit tamer, but I don't know. Because Little Fox should keep them calm, plus they also have the music boxes. Let me go ahead and keep them contained for now until I can feed them, because the food will also probably keep them a little bit more tame. So let's get the taters growing. Turbo taters grown. Especially since I have so very few of them right now. Okay, so let's go get these odd onions into the crystal slimes pen. I can put these shadow plorts into storage, at least for now. Yeah, I knew that was going to be the case. Those are always pretty full after being on an adventure. This is not completely full. That's not completely full. Pardon me. At least I got to the mute button. Whew. Unexpected sneeze was unexpected. But at least it gave a little bit of warning. Okay, Alright, so these rock slimes can go in here. Oh, rock slimes are common enough that I suppose I can just dispose of them for now. And I can collect new ones if I need them. Slumber plorts. Angle plorts. Okay. Now, do I actually need the slumber plorts for any type of crafts right now? Because that's kind of the question. Escape artists. These chickens, man. For being double tall pens, they don't really contain very well. Magma comb, twin plorts, prisma plorts, royal jelly, tin petals. So nothing yet exactly. Honey, lava dust, shadow, hyper. Okay, slumber plorts are for the nullifiers. Strange device designed by GG when placed near unstable walls. We'll need 17 of them. So I need 340 slumber plorts. In total, so gotta keep that going, I guess. All right, so for utilities, I was gonna craft some of these. I wonder if there's a way to automate shadow plort farming. Small hallways near the area. There's where you must just stop before you get too close and shoot a bunch before they run. You can get multiple plorts each time. Bring 50 to 60 phosphor plorts to shoot since they glow. 10 to 15 plorts from a group of just 5 to 6 shadow slimes. Entrance to the labyrinth is the very first room. Standing at the entrance, look to the right in the hallway where the pipes are. Go there and look down. There's a room at the bottom of the floor. Slopes towards lava. Standing in the doorway, there should be 5 to 15 shadow slimes near the back. Okay, that's fine, but see, that depletes sand. And it requires twice the deep brine. And a lot more boom plorts. Technically, it would use up all my boom plorts to make just one. So I think I'm gonna skip on that for now. And just sell my stuff and work with the ones that I have, because I do have 2 in inventory that I haven't even used yet to see how effective they are. And I might deploy them in the labyrinth just to see kind of how effective they are. Because if they're not very effective, then I might try the more advanced ones. If they are very effective, then I'll come back and... Or if they're not very effective, I'll come back and craft the more advanced ones. If they aren't, or if they are, then I'll just stick with the lower tiered ones. But we'll have to see how well they work. I can take some of these since they're out of food, but they're over half stocked on plorts. 8, 9, 50. Ugh, of course. I can take these. And those are fine. Moving along. Clear these out. Their food supply is really low, but I've got plenty of those chickens. And then I do need to come back and collect some more of the dream slime stuff. Pardon. It's really dry in here today. I still feel like there was a reason for me to be collecting crystal plorts, but I'm not entirely certain why. Let me guess. Gifts. Oh, gift. More gift. More gift. More gift. More gift. What was I thinking required the crystal plorts? Twin, tin. It was the tank guard, which I have substantial crystal for, so I don't need it right now because I still need to get the actual tank liner. so I don't need it right now. But the ringtail plorts I might need it for something, but that might also just be the same item. Oh, I do need saber plorts though. That was hunter. So I do need saber plorts. So I'll need to remember that. Let me put that on my notepad. Okay, let's go clear out the bins back here. And then I can worry about stocking food. Okay, they're full. Might as well just spend the rest of it. And then I can clear out some of these. Hunter plorts. I saw a thing in there, but I'm pretty sure I was already caught up on what I needed to pay for the craft. For the hunter plort. Yeah, I'm already 20 out of 20, but I suspect that the next tier after that is also going to require them, so I'm going to go ahead and just deposit these anyway. Just to be on the safe side. Okay, and then one more trip to, wrong side. One more trip to that slime section, and I should be able to finish collection, and then I'll be able to finish filling, well, start filling food bins. And then I'll be able to start putting slimes in their proper pens again. Right. Make sure I wasn't crazy. Yeah, okay, that's good. See, like, there's certain things I wish I could reorient. Like that pen with the hunter slimes in it. Like, I feel that the storage container for the plorts and the food bin shouldn't face the outside. I feel like I should be able to rotate it so that I could access it from the main pathway. Okay, let's go see about collecting. Oh, right, you need to go in there. I need Briar Hen and Roostros, which are not likely going to happen over there. And then Prickle Pear. So let's go do veggie things, since the veggies also take time to regrow. I mean, all of the things, I guess, take time to regrow, but... Wow, they're still super tiny. Like, what gives? They've had already like 20 minutes of real time. I mean, even maybe 15 minutes, but okay. Those would go to, I think honey slimes use those. Yeah, mint mangoes. So I don't need those because my honey slimes aren't producing at the moment. I need prickle pears. Odd onions, which still don't produce at a reasonable rate. Missed some. Actually, I'm going to keep the carrots to recharge the plot for the fire slimes. And I need to get these started because I need to get the doubles, the whoozy whatsits for the... Because I need to get those going also. So let's get moving. Can't believe the cherries produce so much and last so long, apparently. Alright, so this way first, I guess, because this is a quick drop-off. And then over to this side, we can drop off the pomegranates for the bats. The odd onions. Oh, I should have dropped off the carrots. I meant to do that for the fire slimes. That's all right. Hot onions for the crystal slimes. Yeah, I need more space to take care of those. I still need a major enclosure. Only 6 in there and no food. So yeah, we'll swap these guys out and I'll put the duos in here, or the doubles or whatever they're called. Ounce. Twin slimes, there we go. That's the word. Twin. And then... Okay. There we go. That's the way I would have expected it to store. All right. And then... go back. Left. Oh, I think that... Yep, this definitely needs cementing still, so let me clear some of these out. $50. Okay, and then let's go make sure that the fire slimes are fed. And then I can go take care of chicken feed. Okay. I also need to make sure that the yams haven't come in, or the taters, or whatever. Turbo taters. No, nope, those aren't the taters. Those would be the taters, which still are tiny and have not grown in yet. And the... Yeah, those are for phosphors. Angler. Okay, so yeah, not a lot happening with all of that nonsense. So to the chickens. I'm not worrying about tabbies right now, so I need to do the sabers. They need a rooster to restock. Not these guys, because these guys are now on backstock. So no roosters for you. And no yoki. These are for the blast, so these need to get taken and restocked. So you can use a yoki and a rooster. And these ones need to be taken and yoki'd roostered. And these ones go to anglers, which I don't keep, but I keep around. And then those ones go to tabbies, which I have, but I don't have placed right now. So let's go feeding. The briar hens go to the blast, which are out here. Which one do the hunters get? Oh, they got the roosters, you know, the complicated ones that I have a harder time, you know, keeping in stock since I can't just breed for them. Yeah, I don't have anything to feed the hyper slimes right now. Oh, I need to go check the store. Because if I had the hyper slimes toy, I would probably feel okay putting it out in the pack. Night calls. You're cordially invited to shop our unique wares and curiosities. Doors open daily after dark. Huh. Small prismatic pinwheel twirls whimsically in the breeze just like its bigger cousin. Okay. Disruption detector. This device can detect nearby activity and incoming prisma disruptions before they even happen. High-tech battery. A futuristic battery designed with nanocells that haven't even been invented yet. But what does it do? Or is it just fancy decor? Drone station module. Use it the fabricator to craft a quantum drone station. Okay. Injector module. Use the fabricator to upgrade the vac power injector. Oh. Vax regenerator. Some of these would be nice. High-tech wall. A speculative futuristic wall made from technology that by all rights shouldn't exist in this world. What does that do? Prismatic #1 slime stage. Electric pillar lamp. Some of this is interesting. But I clearly don't have the quantum credits or whatever. Phosphor slime. See, I wish they had, drone station module. I wish they had, like, blueprints for the toys so that I could craft them, because that would be cool. Dream lantern. When turned on, the calming aura of this device will put slimes to sleep and help them stay asleep through all kinds of disruptions. Though the mechanism is not fully understood, it seems it must briefly reset every 3 days, after which it requires manual activation. Memorialize crossing the slime sea with this elegant ship in a bottle. But it's listed as a gadget, right? So it's supposed to do a thing. Nocturnal hunters will bring a sparkle to even the darkest cave. But it's listed as a gadget, so what's it supposed to do? So weird. At least I thought these were gadgets. I don't know. Because they just look like stickers in here, so it's really hard to tell. An ancient arched wall. Oh, maybe they aren't gadgets. It's a gadget blueprint. Okay, so anyway, I need to go into the cave. To go feed the saber slimes and to go feed the dream slimes, because I can never remember what they're called. Slumber slimes. Such a weird name. Slumber slimes. All right. And then I'm pretty much ready to go back on the adventure. I think I have to figure out what I was doing for the adventure. Exactly. Keeping track of exactly what I was doing. I mean, I know I have to go get more like prismatic plorts. Prismaplorts, rather. Oh, I need to get honey plorts. I need plenty of prismaplorts, apparently. 100 of those. Oh, right. I need 30 saber plorts. I still need the storage cell to do that upgrade. Let me figure out where that is. So apparently there's, I already got that one. So apparently there are 3 in the Gray Labyrinth. So that's going to be fun. And then I need to get a tank liner. That'll be my second tank liner, which is... Oh, it's going to be in the Starlight Strand, so I should probably go for that next. So I need to go to the Starlight Strand. I have not built one of these. And I should find out what that is. Slumberplort. It's 340. Now let's go see if the yams are ready. Probably not, because they seem to be growing really, really slow. Oh no, they're ready. Hooray. So I can actually go put the zoomy zooms out, or whatever they are. The zoom slimes. Yeah, I'm gonna have to remember to come and get these like regularly because they produce very few and they grow really slow. And that is moderately alarming. But I guess that's fine. Hopefully these guys don't break out because they will be a problem if they do. All right, and then roosters, I guess, can go in here. Do I have another? Oh, I do have another fox. I'm gonna. Sorry, guys. I just really worry about these ones, so I'm gonna put the second fox in there to kind of keep them toned down, maybe. See if that'll help keep them cool while I try to figure out what I gotta do. All right. So this is the Starlight Strand portal. So I need the other one. Warp Tech. Ember Valley portal. Because I don't... Wait, does it tell me the count? Oh, this isn't Warp Tech. Warp Tech. Yeah. Right. So this will give me quick travel to those locations at least. And then Ember Valley. So how... Oh, so it's actually like a found in. That's unfortunate. Okay, well, let's see if that is an area I can access. It looks like I might have been there, but I don't have the map open to... Like, I don't have visually... Actually, I might. Yeah, actually, I do have that area kind of open and visibly. All right, let me grab some carrots. Actually, you know what? Screw it. Let's just go there and see what happens. We'll just see what happens. I don't remember where I am because I don't remember where I put this teleport specifically, so... As in relation to everything else. Oh, right, okay. Oh, right, I was gonna bring the chickens to pop that Gordo. Because I think it's only gonna take 15 of them, I think is what it usually takes of the specific food item. But I don't have that right now. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, maybe 10. Yeah, I'm not gonna have enough right now. Oops. I guess I'll have to come back later. That's my bad. Because I forgot. Down. All right, so back on the adventure. I am gonna need to start collecting some projectiles because I do need to get shadow plorts to open a shadow door. Ooh, those were cherries. They usually, they drop a lot, but that one didn't drop very many. So let's see what else I can find that I can shoot at the slimes. That's the way I just came from. Derp, derp. Well, clearly there's some tars here. Ah, carrots. Oh, apparently some degraded ones, but, you know, it's a start. Pogo fruit, more carrots. You know, for a long time, I was really hesitant to see the junk foods on the ground, like the carrots and the pogo fruit that like isn't really useful for getting plorts. But like, hey, nowadays I'm like, hell, I'll take it. It's good for smacking the shadow slimes. Nope, nothing over there. Okay. See, it's always a shock to, like, walk into an area and they pop out of thin air, and then you suddenly have to be aware and start shooting for them. I'm gonna ditch the pogo fruit because I do need to get some more twin slimes. So I'm gonna need the empty slot. Come out, wherever you are. I know you're here. I can hear you breathing. Okay, so that takes me up to 5 twin slimes, so that's relatively good for farming the plorts back home. I don't really have to worry too much now, but oh, that's the teleport. I don't need that at the moment. What I need are the shadow slimes that I'm hunting for shadow plorts. Because I need to eventually get to the door that I was working toward. Which apparently I need to get up. Higher. I need to get higher. I need verticality. Vertical. I need to go up. Up, please. That way, because there's a launcher in there. Oh, don't fall. Okay. Now, I just need to figure out where the door is and how quite to get there. Because there's like a walkway that wraps around, but I feel like, yeah, it's still higher up. There we go. Okay. So That's the door over there. Okay. But I'm pretty sure I don't have enough shadow plurts yet. But I might. I don't know. Some of these doors are not that expensive. Yeah, I don't have enough. So, I need to go find some more shadow slimes. To go poke with things to make them drop shadow plorts so that I can pay for the door. Chicken. Rooster. Tar. Come on, come on, come on, come on. I just need like some more, please. Where are the shadows? And I don't want to have to go back into the parkour vault, like, of this room in here to do it. Like, I know I can go back in there to find where they are back towards the entrance of the Gray Labyrinth, but it seems very counterproductive to go all the way back to the start just to get some more shadow plorts. Especially when, like, everything else constantly seems to respawn, but they seem to hold back. Oh, hello. Welcome to the chat. I thought so too, but I can't, like, where I found them, they don't seem to continually respawn though. So, like, where I have found them, I've left and tried to come back in hopes that they would respawn, but they don't seem to consistently respawn. Because sometimes they do, but other times they don't, and it's infuriating. How are you today? I'm doing very good. Started out slow morning, which is how I like my morning starting. And then have my stream, and then I have one of my work support group meetings, and then I'm gonna do some job hunting. Have a bit of lunch while I do that. Then I think I have an open afternoon where I'm hopefully gonna find jobs to apply to. have my evening stream after dinner. It's mostly a chill Wednesday. Wednesdays are kind of like that. Oh, thank you. I had a screening interview on Monday that actually went fairly well. It went over on time, so I feel like that's a good sign. Have you had good things going on for you lately? That can, in of itself, can be a win also. I mean, nothing serious means that nothing serious bad or good has been going on. Maintaining the normalcy is, in of itself, good. Yeah, that's... So, is that a win, like, good? Or is that, like, something you're still doing? Yeah, that's why I was asking, because like the prices have just been skyrocketing lately, and I was worried that was going to be the case. The computer I'm playing on right now has been my staple for a few years, and I keep forgetting how old it's gotten. But now I'm like, maybe I waited too long to do any upgrades. And now it feels like maybe I've waited too long, and now it's almost heartbreakingly too late. But, you know, it's gonna be what it's gonna be. I'll make do. If I can't play GTA 6, yeah, it'll be a little bit sad, but I chose to optimize like the system that I do have as best as I could at the time. So like the only thing that I'm lacking right now is an upgraded graphics card. So like my graphics card at the time of purchase was the best available. But graphics cards have been really difficult over the last like 5-10 years, just in general. Because before the AI increased the prices of everything, like the AI market, before that, it was cryptocurrency was messing with prices. So like when I bought my computer, I'm a tech person, so I used to do computer repair, and I built my computers, but at the time I couldn't, because you couldn't buy NVIDIA graphics cards unless you were a wholesaler, because they just weren't available on the market at the time. So I had my computer built, and now the prices are astronomical because of all of the AI pricing and stuff. And it's just, it's all gotten crazy. It's getting hard all around. I don't know, like, and then when the Amazon, was it Bezos, was like, oh, people should just cloud compute and do all of their gaming online, and I'm just like, I don't want to do that. Like, the internet providers want to start switching to sort of like what mobile carriers do, which is selling internet, like home internet, based on capacity rather than bandwidth. No, that's not the direction I'm going. I want to go up and out, not down. And so I feel like that's gonna only complicate things. Ow. So like you're gonna run out of bandwidth if you start doing, so like me doing this, like I could run out of bandwidth or running out of data for my home internet. And I feel like that's crazy talk. No, this is what I wanted in here. Ray portal. Okay. Is your computer at least fairly modern? Yeah, here's hoping. I'm kind of hoping NVIDIA is starting to see it already, because they had made a statement that they were going to make a multi-billion-dollar investment into OpenAI, and then they kind of walked it back. And OpenAI was kind of shooken at that comment. But I'm just hoping that a lot of the tech industry decides to realize that if all of them go for AI, then inevitably AI is going to eat all that they can eat, and then all of the tech industry will have nothing left to build for, and they will have no business left. They will need to come back to us, and we will all be sitting here going, well, now we don't want your product. Or better yet, we'll have small tech startups, you know, who have decided to pick up the slack, and the big companies will just be left with nothing. I don't know, but it'll be an opportunity, hopefully, that smaller tech startups will be able to pick up the slack. Wow. Is that... Oh my gosh, is that the requirements? Oi. So a quick search, one of the quick searches, like I know that there is no at the moment, but like mention system requirements suggest that the recommended GPU is an RTX 3080. Ugh. But the minimum mentioned would be a GTX 1080 Ti. So like it would still be like it wouldn't, you'd probably still be fairly within. But to be fair, you're still above me in specs, so for your graphics. And that's... I spent so much money on my... Oh gosh, on my graphics, on my computer, like just a few years ago. And that kills me. Because I just... Man, like that... Oh, yeah. If you can swing it now, I would probably recommend maxing out your RAM ASAP, because RAM is probably not going to get cheaper. Unless something happens to the AI bubble anytime soon, RAM's probably not going to get cheaper. What type of RAM do you use in your, like, what type of RAM does your motherboard support? Because if your system is not like super ultra modern, you could potentially scope out a used market. Like you could go try looking at pawn shops or like yard sales and stuff like that. See if you can find systems that are older, or what's the highest gamers usually have? Like, of RAM? I mean, depends on the gamer. And depends on the budget. Because like my system's 64. Because I wanted to max out what I could feasibly put into the machine at the time, because I didn't want to have to upgrade my computer. The issue is standards shift as time progresses. So like when I was doing computer repair as a business, we moved from DDR2 to DDR3 to DDR4 in just a relatively short amount of time. So like in the time that my business was open, but when I was working with computers personally, I went from DDR2 to DDR3, and while my business was open, we went from DDR3 to DDR4, and while I was in university, we went from DDR4 to DDR5. And just seeing that progression in time, I realized that it makes it difficult purchasing hardware. Finding the RAM you need for your system becomes progressively more difficult because manufacturers stop making it. And when they stop making it, it becomes harder to find. And then dealers start making it more expensive because it becomes a rarer commodity. And so I was like, I'm not messing with that because I want the computer to last for as long as the hardware lasts. And I didn't want to have to mess with that. Finding RAM for upgrades in the future, you want the RAM, the RAM to match. So I was just like, put as much RAM as I can support in the system, and then I'm done. I don't have to deal with finding pairs. I don't want to deal with having to make sure it matches. It just all matches from the start. I'm done. And so that just made it easier when I was putting it together. So like if you have the money to support it at the time of construction, it's best to just slap in like whatever you want at the max capacity. But it is an expensive endeavor, especially now. Yeah, there's a lot of things that you learn from experience over time. So like I've been into computers since I was in single digits. Like I've been into computers since I was like 8 years old. And some of the things I learned as I grew up, like I used to keep a secondary hard drive in my computer, where my operating system wasn't, because I learned early on that keeping stuff on your desktop, if your operating system gets corrupted or if you get a virus and you have to wipe and reload, you lose everything on that drive. It becomes really hard to do any data recovery. So I kept a second hard drive. But then I learned that hard drives themselves can become corrupt or they malfunction. And so I lost everything on that secondary hard drive. So then I started keeping, 2 hard drives. But then I learned that both hard drives can falter and fail. So then I started keeping a physical hard drive, like a second hard drive, and burning things to disk. But if you're lazy and you're not burning things to disk and you have a second hard drive, then things can falter and fail. So then I switched to using RAID hard drives, but then RAIDs can fail. And so you need to keep things in specific types of RAID setups. But then I also ran into another situation where the RAID that I had wasn't compatible with newer RAID setups. And so like you learn things as you start working in different kinds of setups. So it's stuff that you progressively learn over trial and error. But it's all lessons learned as you like practice and fail. So one of the recent lessons that I've learned is data protection and data privacy. So if you use thumb drives, flash drives, external hard drives, if you're at all interested in data protection and data privacy, if you're using external hard drives, physical hard drives, if you're familiar with Derek's Boot and Nuke or data protection, you know how to wipe a hard drive. You do it repeatedly, but how do you handle with flash drives and stuff? But if you want to do that type of protection beforehand, you do drive encryption. But it's sort of protection beforehand rather than after the fact. And that sort of stuff you need to do beforehand rather than after the fact. And so it's preventative rather than it's proactive rather than after the fact. And so lessons learned. So it's one of those things that I've recently learned that I need to start doing beforehand. So I'm still learning even this far along in my career and in my like life of learning. So yeah, it's there's a lot of stuff to it. There's just so much because the technology keeps changing. And then there's also the fact that you have to make sure you're using like the better types of technology. So like Microsoft includes BitLocker with Windows, but I've recently learned that BitLocker is probably not the best option. That you probably want to use like an open source alternative if you're going to use disk encryption. But do your own research, find the options that you think are better or that you would trust. Yes, I agree, and also like don't. So I think it has a place. I just hate how they're aggressively monetizing it. Because it is absolutely a blessing, but I also hate that it's yes. So like there's that. I think that the way that they're using it and not treating it with the reverence that they need to is exceptionally problematic. The fact that it isn't like encrypted both en route and on storage is really problematic. The entire system should have been encrypted from day one. The fact that they're essentially just treating it all as unencrypted information is ridiculous. Now, not all of them do, but just the fact that it was just essentially treated as like storage, I think it's crazy. Because I don't have that one yet, do I? Because that should be right there, I think. Paddlefowl Bluffs. But we're also finding out in real time a lot of these things are exceptionally problematic. And that governments have been utilizing this data, tech agencies and companies have been utilizing all of this data just sitting around on their servers for data processing, AI processing, and construction. Like they've just been going, well, we have all this information just sitting on our servers and let's just use it. Like, who's gonna say anything? And people are like, wait a minute. Yeah, it's a big problem. what was it? Oh, I just heard about it recently where, oh. I'm trying to remember because I just heard about it like on the news where because I have vague recollection. Sorry, I watch so much like media where the data breach came from inside the organization. Oh, I can't remember. Like it was straight up like they were accessing. Oh, what was it? Oh, it's gonna kill me now. Oh no, it's the cherries. I already have it. I just filled it. I was just collecting I was looking up an article or I was trying to find the news article that I was trying to remember because we were talking about hackers accessing data, and I was trying to remember the article that I read recently or heard recently about an insider threat attack on a company where it was an insider person accessing personal data, specifically like the company technically has direct access to personal data, but they have privileged access, but the company doesn't, like the company isn't supposed to like access it, and I just can't remember. Oh, I can't remember what company it was. Man, that's gonna kill me now. Like I'm not gonna be able to remember. That's gonna bug me. No, I was just trying to remember because it was like the fact that the company has access to like personally identifiable information, and that it's not really part of the company's purpose, but that the employee accessed that information, and I want to say they doxed someone over it. Like they doxed them with the information, and I just can't remember the details about it because so much stuff passes my feed. We were just talking about hackers and how hackers weren't really considered in the aspect of like cloud data storage. Did I need duos for something? Or twins. I need twins for the next power core. And then... Well, that's not a good sign. I hope everything's all right. You having power surges or odd weather? Maybe they heard us talking about like bandwidth, data caps. How is it a gadget, though? I don't understand. But then why is it a gadget? It looks like a burnt marshmallow. Okay, so they're still in captivity. Oh, I ran into the portal. Are you on Wi-Fi maybe? And like, is there something disrupting your Wi-Fi signal? Because I know that when I was streaming and I was on Wi-Fi, I had problems with connectivity, so I had to switch to a hard connection. But I don't know if that's in any way related. I just thought I'd offer it as a possibility. Nope, wrong way. Cherries. Okay. Oh, that's right. These guys get spikes. Okay, and then turbo taters. Carrots. Okay, and then burn through all of these so that I can then clean up these chickens that are just running around here for no good reason. And clean up these boom plorts because, again, just running in here for no reason. Alrighty, and then I can go back. Portal again. I need to move that portal. It is in my run path. Okay. And then these cherries can go in stock here for the twins. And then the odd onions for the crystals. Alright, so the hyperplorts. I think I needed hyperplorts for a craft. I just don't remember what. $20 of them for the nullifier. Okay, so then the rest of these can be sold. Sell, sell, sell. Sell, sell, sell. Alright, let me go see if I have enough of the candy chickens. Oh, I so should at this point. Now let's go see if I can pop that Gordo. No, I only picked it up. Why would it break? I didn't... So not fair. I only needed to move it. I didn't need to destroy it. It's not fair. It's not fair. I just needed to move it. I'd have been happy with a countdown even. It's so not fair. Great. Just great. All right. Well, what is it going to take to craft the actual telly? Stuff I don't have, I bet. Tangle plorts, 10 of them. Shuba. That means I need to sequester the tangle slimes and get them to produce. Yeah, that's fine. I'll take 4. Okay, you big weirdos. Yeah, I figured that would work out that way. I get the plorts I need. They would eat the chickens they need. Things would all work out. And then I would get the teleporter that I need out of it. So it all worked out. Nothing weird, nothing crazy. It just kind of all worked out. Pad, Gray Labyrinth Portal, Fabricate, go. No. There we go. Okay. So now I gotta go put these slimes back in their cage, and then I can actually teleport back to where I was, except on the wrong side. I'm glad I went and unlocked that, because, boy, that break things. Don't wake everybody up. don't know why they're all like bouncing around. Like, it's crazy. Some of them are asleep, some of them are wild. Let's just go to sleep. Oh, no, this was not the exit. I don't know how I always get turned around and end up out that door. It's such an odd direction to find myself. I don't like that there's a third one now. Buttons aren't where I left them. And now I can give the dervishes back their little fox toy. Okay. You guys are very full. You no longer need greed. Oh. Okay. No. All right. Now they're back in. All right. Right. Powderfall Bluffs. Oh, goodness. I'm not gonna have time to do that, am I? All right. Who eats the Q berries again? Those are phosphor slimes. I do actually have phosphor slimes. I should be feeding those properly. Run! It's raining. Oh, that's an entire crop of no odd onions, so that's useful. All right, so I can feed the dervishes. Speed demons. The fire slimes. And then I can feed the bats. And I can remember to feed the phosphor slimes. Because I'm good at remembering stuff occasionally. Oh, oops. Crystal slimes too. Sloombers. I don't know why I can't remember their names. To me, they're just like the dream sleep slimes, but Sloomber. I know that it's supposed to be like slumber, but it's just such a weird way of phrasing it. Well, anyway, that's going to be it for this morning's session. I appreciate everyone for tuning in. I hope you take care of yourselves and have a great rest of your day. I'll be back this evening, and I'll see you guys then. You all take care, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.